Welcome to the Double EP, featuring the award-winning actor and artistic director from New Theatre of Ottawa, John Koensgen. Our featured artist of the week, the Chocolate Hot Pockets. And of course, our lovely hosts, Denis de la Violette and Kitty Kameniecki, giving you the latest in Ottawa's entertainment scene. And now it's time for the Double EP.
All right, welcome to another episode of the Double EP. My name is Denis de la Violette.
And I'm Kitty Kameniecki.
And this week we have the pleasure of welcoming the world-renowned John Koensgen. Welcome, John.
Well, thank you. Thanks. Great to be
Pleasure
here.
to have you here.
Mm-hmm. So, tell us a little bit about this new production that you're doing, the extremely short new play festival.
Well, this is the second edition of the Play Festival. We've added the word new to it so that we were getting scripts that hadn't been produced before. The idea behind the festival was that we were trying to find playwrights, and because our company just does new work. So it was in an effort to discover writers, either established writers who wanted to try out a new form, a 10-minute play, or emerging writers, people who'd never written before. So we have both years we've done it. We've picked plays both from the established author population and from people who've never written before, which is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's a broad range of material, and the styles are, well, everything from sort of Chekhovian to, which is sort of full of subtext and not a lot of physical action, to absurdist, some hilarious comedy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, the operative word here is Short New Play Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Or operative words, I should say. Now, this is the 10-minute format, right? The maximum time
That's right.
allowable is 10 minutes. Now, is this a new format? Is this something new, or has it been done
Well,
before?
I thought I invented it.
Okay. Okay, we'll stand by that.
I read a book by Susie Laurie Parks, who's an American author, who won the Pulitzer Prize a few years ago for a play called Top Dog, Underdog. And she wrote 365 plays in 365 days, and that's the name of the book. And some of them are very short, but it's brilliant. And I thought, well, what a cool way to discover writers by having them write something short. So it doesn't have to be 10 minutes. The submissions can be, 2 seconds, as long as it's not longer than 10 minutes. Of course, everybody writes to 10 minutes pretty well. Mm-hmm. So most of the plays are 10 minutes. A couple are shorter. And that was the inspiration, really, for the festival. Now, even though this is only the second one, the community, I think, views it as a kind of an established forum for writers, even though it's only the second one.
Right.
But a lot of people are very excited about this. So,
excellent.
And I am. And I didn't want to recreate what we did last year. We came up with a formula last year for focusing on the writers, and so what we did to do set changes was we decided to keep the sets to a minimum by using theater blocks mostly and chairs, and we decided during the changes we would project the text from the show across the whole stage. So the actors, while they were changing, were moving through the words, and the words would be be projected on them, and they would bounce out from the wall.
Wow. And
it was really cool. And it accentuated the whole idea behind the writing. So I wanted, because it, of course, is you can't do 10 plays and do full productions, so we kept to the idea this year of keeping it to a minimum. We're investing a little more in the architecture of the plays, that is, doing something unifying with the set and doing something unifying with the sound and lights. And we decided this year to use projections because the projections were so neat last year. So we're doing live video. There's recorded video. There's animation. There's all sorts of effects on this set wall that we have at the back.
Excellent.
Cool.
Yeah. Excellent.
So how do you go about getting the submissions for the plays? Is it open to the general public? Is there a website that people had to go to? Anything like that?
Well, I'm a working actor, so I was really busy in the fall when we were going to put out the call for submissions. So I just thought, well, I'll put it out on Facebook and I'll put it on our website, which is kind of a minimum, really. And maybe I'd hit Twitter as well. So I put an announcement on Twitter and with a link to our website, and I put something on Facebook with a link to our website. And, in all honesty, I should probably have done more, but we got 30 submissions.
Excellent.
And the year before we had 40, so that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
And the jury, which consists of Mary Ellis, who lives here in Ottawa, in the Glebe, in fact, and Robert Mernier, who's a francophone who is an author and actor in the French community, to be the jury with me. And we sit down at a coffee shop after reading them all and sort of fight for our favorites.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, the festival this year has a theme. It's called Words in Motion.
Yeah.
Now,
sorry.
No, now. Does every play have to incorporate those words within the text, or how do you work that theme? How do you expect this theme to come out in the individual pieces?
Well, I never told any of the playwrights this. This was a concept in my head that I told the designers about. So the playwrights weren't writing to that theme, Words in Motion. To me, because we had static text the year before, and somebody made a joke about the theater being the only live 3D, I thought, that's exactly what we're doing. We're taking words and we're putting them in motion. We're giving them life. So I made that our artistic, that is the designers and myself, our theme, so that we're moving text around physically in some of the set changes, and we're taking the text off the page and we're moving it around the stage. So that was our theme.
I see. So it's not something that you sort of put out there and said, okay, well, it's a 10-minute play, but it has to. The theme is words in motion, go, kind of thing.
No.
So it's something that you're bringing to the party.
That's right.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Cool. So, what would you say is the most exciting part of the festival? Why should people come and see it? What would be the draw for people to come and see you guys perform?
Well, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So the mystery of coming to the theater, somebody once said, wouldn't it be exciting to go and see Hamlet if you didn't know what happened? Right? And so that's what this is, really. You're coming to see new work, never been seen before. Mm-hmm. And not only has this work never been seen before, but they're all so radically different that every 10 minutes or less, you're in a new world. And, you might love some piece and then not be so keen on another, depending on your taste. But all of them will surprise you. And we've taken some staging, I think quite experimental staging stuff this year to present the shows. And I'm really looking forward to, and it's been exciting working on them because we have to, I've been going, okay, so how do I make that work? And finding ways to make stuff work. It's just really exciting.
So basically, we're labeling it as an avant-garde, cutting-edge sort of. We're sort of traveling new territory, perhaps.
Yeah, I'd say it's not necessarily avant-garde. Avant-garde usually means pushing an unknown boundary. But this will all feel really comfortable to the audience, I think. It's surprising, I think, but comfortable. So, at one point you're in the 1800s, or the early 1900s, and then at the next point you're in an absurdist word comedy that takes place in Nowheresville, but could be an episode of Breaking Bad, So it just goes all over the place.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, you've won many awards for, let me get it right here. You've won many awards for your acting, but also for A Player's Advice to Shakespeare, which you directed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have anything else coming up that, aside from the festival, that you'd like people to keep an eye out for?
Well, we're hoping to do The Player's Advice to Shakespeare again.
Okay.
And tour it to Edinburgh, to the Fringe next summer, and then to London. And either we will present it here beforehand or when we get back. And it'll be when we get back, because that'll be in the fall. It's kind of difficult to do serious theater in the summer. And although it's got some fun moments in it, it's a one-person show. It has some pretty dramatic moments in it. Yeah.
Excellent.
And very anybody who loves the theater will love both the Extremely Short Play Festival, because really that's what it celebrates, is live theater, and the Player's Advice.
Cool.
Excellent.
So, back to the Short Play Festival. Where can people get tickets?
They have to call either go online to Eventbrite or call the box office at the Arts Court. And I have the number, but it's not on me.
No, it's all right. Arts Court box office.
Yeah, Arts Court box office.
Excellent.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And either of those, or at the door.
Or at the door.
And you have a Facebook page or a website?
We do. We have a website, New Theatre Ottawa. There's no of in there. newtheatreottawa.com. And
Great.
Excellent. Well, John, it's been a pleasure having you here.
Thank
we
you
wish
so
you
much for coming in.
Absolutely, and we wish you the best of luck with the
thank
festival.
you. Thanks.
And drop by any time to promote any works that you do.
Oh,
you're
thank you.
you're a delight to speak with, and
thanks.
so interesting. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
For
it.
sure.
Thanks for asking me.
Now, stay tuned for our interview with the Chocolate Hot Pockets.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Double EP. I'm Denis de la Violette.
And I'm Kitty Kamenyaki, and here today in the studio we have Alex Moxon and Ed Lister of the Chocolate Hot Pockets. Hi guys, how are you today?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, swell.
Boys, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you here. Now, we know that you've been around since about 2011, and you've been touring and doing various festivals. But before we get started, let's just get one thing out there. The Chocolate Hot Pockets, how did you come up with that name?
Well, yeah, I had the idea for the name when I was working on cruise ships. I was playing in the show bands, and me and some buddies were talking, and I'd never heard of the food type Hot Pockets before, and there was some chocolate Hot Pockets, and I was like, damn, that'd be a good name for a band. And then I thought nothing more of it. Then I came here a couple years later, and then we got this project together, and then we were brainstorming for names, and I was like, how about the Chocolate Hot Pockets? And I thought it'd get shut down straight away, but then Al was like, yeah. And then it just was like, oh yeah, we got it now. And it's kind of an outrageous name.
That's awesome.
It's like
Well, you can't. It really is unforgettable. I mean, we all know Hot Pockets, but Chocolate Hot Pockets, something about it just...
it's
excellent choice.
Got a ring for sure.
Absolutely.
So you guys describe yourselves as doing improvised groove as your genre, I guess, your musical genre. Now, what exactly does improvised groove encompass in terms of other music styles or musical instruments or whatnot?
I guess we're just taking ideas from various music that we've all listened to and sort of mixing it all together. So, things like hip hop and funk, and we all definitely come from a jazz background, but anything with like backbeat driven or super rhythmic stuff going on, we like to channel that and put our own sort of melodies and harmonies on top. I don't know if it's a genre per se. I don't know if anybody else uses that, but it's a pretty good way to sum it up, I think.
Well, like your name, it's rather a unique style. So this, I mean, in this industry, as we're always looking to set ourselves apart from everybody else, I mean, you have the name, and now you have your own unique style, which is excellent.
Yeah.
Now, and speaking of unique style, the last album you've released was called Filthy Chapter?
Yeah.
The Filthy Chapter, okay. So there's something to run out to the stores and go and get. It certainly catches your attention. And now you have a new, a double album, I believe, that you're releasing in April, correct?
Well, we're still in the process of getting all the tunes finished, but yeah, we're aiming to have it recorded in April. It may be pushed back, but that's our project at the moment.
Be like a big double, like a 22-track album.
Wow.
Yeah, me and Al were talking like back in the day, like artists back in the day used to release these big, like, 16, 18 track albums, but I find today you're kind of hard pressed to get more than 7 or 8 tracks out of artists these days, especially in our genre we're going for. So yeah, we just want to throw out everything on a big double album, like A and B kind of split personality kind of album.
Excellent. So once again, you're doing something unique.
Yeah.
Which is great. This seems to be your through line here.
Yeah, for sure.
Is rather unique. Now, what makes this new album different from the last one? Is there a new thrust in your music, a new style, or is this what makes it different from the last one?
I think it's going to be more focused, ironically enough. Like our last album had 9 tracks, this one will have 22, but I think I think this album actually has more of a uniform sound idea and coming from just a more identifiable band sound overall.
Okay.
And the other one was we were just sort of trying everything we liked, and we liked that too.
Yeah.
You know, there's still I listen to it myself. I'll
It's
be on the
definitely
bus
an
listening to
eclectic
myself.
mix.
But this is going to be more uniform sound for sure.
Excellent. So it's kind of a gelling of your sound. It's actually coming together
Yeah.
and sort of becoming its own, I guess.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So Ed, you mentioned earlier that you were working on a cruise ship before, and I love cruises. I very much envy you. I would love to work on a cruise. But how did you, and you're from London, England, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming that the ships were leaving out of there. How did you manage to meet up with these guys and get involved in all of this and move to Ottawa?
Well, when I finished my degree, I did a degree in jazz in England. Then a lecturer told me go and do the ships, and actually the ships were leaving out of Miami.
Oh,
And they were
okay.
all Caribbean cruises with Carnival. And then I was there for 2 years in total, and on my second contract I met my girlfriend, who was a passenger.
Big no-no.
Frowned upon. She was from Ottawa, and I'm like, where the hell is Ottawa? I don't know. Where is that? And she's like, oh, it's the capital of Canada. I'm like, no, you mean Toronto, right? and then that was a learning curve for me. So I visited, and then I met a few other guys in town, played music, and then eventually I met Alex, and then we had a project, and and then I stuck around because it really kind of took off for me. There's not a huge amount of trumpet players in Ottawa right now. So coming from London, where I know probably 45, 50 trumpet players, I know like 3 or 4 here. So I was like, okay, I'll stick around, and then things are going great, and I've been here for 2 years now. So
It's great.
Excellent. You like it?
I love it. Yeah, I love this city, and I love where it's placed as well in terms of you have the states on the border, you have Montreal, Toronto, and yeah, it's great. I love it. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, we're glad to have you.
Thanks.
Now, I understand you have an upcoming gig on November the 15th. You're playing at the new Buckingham Jazz Festival. Is that correct?
Yeah, at
What?
the Café des Artistes, if I'm not mistaken, and it'll be an hour set of relatively new stuff that maybe people have heard, most of which people haven't. Our regular drummer, is on tour right now with the J.W. Jones Blues Band, so our friend Michel Delage, who's a great drummer from town, is going to sit in on that gig, so we're looking forward to that. And it should be a good time. It's a really small, sort of intimate festival, and people around there really come out, they really listen. It's like they tell everybody to turn off their cell phones, which is great.
It's always
compared to
nice.
the usual bar environment kind of thing, so we're looking forward to that.
Great. Now, where can people get tickets?
I think they sell them at the door.
Okay.
It's the best way to do it. It's never full. I've never had.
Well, maybe
there's
after this
lots of room.
maybe after this podcast it will be. Let's be optimistic about
Hopefully,
something.
yeah. And
Yeah,
you
no,
guys,
it's a big room. It's all. There's plenty of standing room. There's plenty of seats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is this your first time at this festival, or is this a new? It's called the New Buckingham, but is it because it's the new city of Buckingham? Because it is expanding at this point. So, is this a new festival, or have you played there before? Or
I played there 2 years ago with Dominique Forêt, who's a singer from Ottawa,
okay,
and I'm actually playing there again with her right before the Hot Pockets.
Same day, is it?
Yeah, same day. It's
Oh,
gonna be that band and then us, but that's how I found out about it, and they've had really good programming since then.
cool.
excellent.
So you guys also have a lot of other touring dates coming up in December?
Yeah.
Going on tour, I hear?
We're going down to Guelph to play Manhattans. We've played this venue a couple times. It's great. Little jazz club down there. And then we go over to the Rex in Toronto. And that's an awesome, renowned jazz club too. And then we're doing, I think we're doing the Brook Street, right? Brook Street Hotel in town here. And
Cool.
then possibly a couple other things. But yeah, right now it's December the 8th, Sunday. And then that's in Guelph. And then Monday the 9th is in Toronto.
And where can people go to find out about where you're going to be playing next and your dates and all that sort of stuff? Do you have a website or a Facebook account or Twitter or anything that people can follow?
We have a few. I mean, they're all basically the same thing.
Okay.
Okay,
All these things are exactly the same media with different names, but we
Right.
have a Facebook page that we always post what we're up to and any new pictures and videos. We have and that's just Facebook. Look up the Chocolate Hot Pockets, and there you go.
Yeah.
Reverb Nation / Chocolate Hot Pockets has various tracks and things that people can listen to and listings. And then our personal websites we update ourselves, but I've got www.alexmoxon.com, and I think Ed is
edlistermusic.com. And the other websites, Reverb Nation is Reverb Nation / The Chocolate Hot Pockets.
Okay.
Chocolate Hot Pockets. Okay.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Plenty
All right.
of sites for sure.
So, is there anything else that you want to add? Any other dates that we haven't mentioned that you're going to be playing at? Maybe something coming up next year, or anything that you're looking forward to?
As of right now, I guess that's it. Up until
Well, we're hosting the Casual Fridays series with the NAC.
Okay.
In the spring, which should be a pretty interesting thing. They've got it's just a pilot thing, but they're hoping to continue it, and we'll do 1 week. The date is escaping me right now, but it's several months down the road. We'll do one. Renee Yoxon and Mark Ferguson will do one. Lucas Heinemann's group will do one, and it's sort of a setup for the orchestral show. We'll play in the bar, and then people will get relaxed. They'll go in, and then when they come out, we'll be playing there more, and then people will spend more time. So that's the idea, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Excellent. All right, well, listen, boys, this has been great. Thank you very much for coming in, and we wish the Chocolate Hot Pockets all the best of luck in the future, and we're looking for you down the line. Remember, if you're ever doing any kind of event that we haven't mentioned here before, feel free to come down and let us know, and we'd love to spread the word and make sure that you get lots of people to come out. Now, I understand we're going to end this segment with one of your videos, is that correct?
Yep.
Now, would you like to set this up for us? I believe it's called Freezer
Juice.
Freezer Juice, another unique name.
Yeah.
Freezer Juice.
It's from your album, The Filthy Chapter, right?
Yeah.
And tell us, what's the video about? What's the song about?
I wrote the song when the band first started, and it was a funny story. My girlfriend's grandma, she just recently passed. She was an amazing woman. She was a hell of a cook as well, and she used to carve up these huge pieces of meat. I'd come down in the morning, she's hacking the head off a pig or something. She's got all this blood and fat on her hands, and she'd go and open the freezer drawer with it all over her hands, and then I'd go down not knowing what's on the freezer drawer. So I nicknamed it Freezer Juice. So that's where that came from. And then,
That's awesome.
Makes you really want to spend the night when mom's downstairs hacking up an animal. Kind of thing. Yeah, I guess it leads good for family relations and stuff.
That's sandwiches, man. That's sandwiches.
All right, well, once again, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. We really appreciate you coming down. And anytime, please feel free to come down and drop your heads in and give us an update on what's going on with the Chocolate Hot Pockets.
And here's Freezer Juice. Bye.